If you want to do some positive things in your life, just do it. Just do it. Take that travel. Buy that bag that you want. Date that man. No, actually, no. Don't date that red flag of a man. Don't date that shitty ass motherfucking guy. I beg your pardon. Hey Bessie, it's your favorite caffeinated, medicated, and never hydrated Nurse John. Welcome to your favorite and one and only podcast. I beg your pardon, besties. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. What is up? Oh my god, days are going so fast, but I hope all of you had an amazing holiday season, and I hope it wasn't too stressful for everybody. And if you didn't celebrate the holiday season or you didn't want to celebrate, that's totally fine. Again, it's just a holiday. It's not something that you should be pressure celebrating or doing or preparing. But for everyone who celebrated it, I hope you guys was able to hang out with your friends, family, your chosen family, or just by yourself. And again, it's a new year, a new you, a new month to celebrate life, and just getting through 2024 was tough for a lot of us. But again, I'm realizing that it's not about like going into a new year for you to correct the things that you want for your life or do things that you want for your life. It's every single day that you wake up and you have a chance to do what you want, to correct all of your mistakes, to do what's best for you, to do what makes you happy. It's a chance for you to do it. It's not about like, oh, I fucked up in January, I'll try in February, or I fucked up the first week of January, you know what? I'll wait for 2026. Maybe that's gonna be my year. That should not be the case. You know, it's not the mindset that you want to put your head into. It's every single day that you have a chance to wake up, take a breath, open your eyes, and do the things that you want to do for yourself, to the people that you love, for your job, whatever makes you happy. And again, I hope all of you had an amazing 2024. But at least for me, I think 2024 was actually my best year in my life, because if we're talking about growth, if we're talking about things that was never on my bucket list and things that happened in my life, it all happened in 2024. Honestly, first of all, I moved to another country to pursue something that I never knew or I never thought I would be pursuing, which is content creation. And now I moved here in LA. It's been almost 7 months that I've been living here, and it's been great. I love Los Angeles. It's such a multicultural, very accepting, very loving, very beautiful city, and I'm just so happy to be here. But I think one thing I miss about the East Coast is that the fact that we have 4 seasons, so I didn't really have a winter wonderland Christmas, which I'm totally fine sometimes, because my mom told me that it was snowing a lot during Christmas or the holiday season or just December itself, and I'm not ready to be plowing my front yard with a bunch of like snow and stuff like that. But I miss that, because that's kind of like Christmas to me. It's like, if it's snow, it's Christmas. But I didn't have it here. But hey, in Disney here in Anaheim, they have fake snows, and I experienced that because I went to Disney and they have bubble fake snow, and that was good enough, honestly. But yes, I moved to LA, which was a really tough moving, because, you know, even though it's North America and I lived in Canada, it's still hard because I don't really carry any citizenship here. I came here with a business visa for me to be able to work here and do things. And again, that was such a hard transition because I don't have any family members in here. I only have my wife. We only have each other, and that's all we have. And I have the chance now to be able to come bring my mom here in Los Angeles. I even brought my wife's mom and our friends, like just so like we don't feel homesick, because honestly those 7 months was hard for us. And it was mostly hard for my wife because I was gone most of the time, because also I became a stand-up comedian in 2024. We will get there, I promise you. But yeah, so I moved. It was hard, but now everything is adjusted. I'm getting the groove into it. I'm learning a lot more about America and Los Angeles and living in here, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity and chance, honestly. And secondly, I started doing stand-up comedy, which is not something that was in my bingo card. Never in my life that was in my bingo card to be a stand-up comedian. Again, I think like 2022, I brought like an idea to my manager at the end of 2022. I was like, hey, so I was just thinking like maybe, you know, we can bring I Beg Your Pardon podcast on the road, like maybe like 50-seater years, people can just listen to the podcast live. And I just want to see people like my besties in person. And instead of it being a podcast show, they offered me, they're like, hey, why don't you do stand-up comedy? I was like, I've never done stand-up comedy and I've never been on stage before. And it was all crazy. We were offered Netflix as a joke spot for me to perform with a good friend of mine, Stephen Ho. And after that, things just kind of like blow up because San Francisco offered us, San Diego offered us a show, Nashville Comedy Festival offered us a show. And after that, I was doing all of that with Stephen Ho, which I'm super fortunate and super thankful for because Stephen Ho has been such a good friend of mine. And, you know, he's also a stand-up comedian and he was doing content creation during COVID, but now he's more of a stand-up comedian. Shout out to Stephen Ho. I love him so much. He's such a genuinely kind, authentic person and fun person to be with. I couldn't have done those first shows without him. And then after that, they just asked me like, hey, John, would you like to go on a tour? I was like, a tour? Like, you know, my podcast tour, right? No, they're like stand-up comedy tour. I think we will give you like 30 cities that you can visit and we'll see how your community reacts. And you guys sold out the leg one of the short staff tour. And from 30 shows, we literally played 90 shows, which to me is crazy. Like once we released the leg one of the short staff comedy tour, you guys, you sold it out so fast. They just keep adding like second, third, fourth shows, and from 30 it became 60, from 60 it becomes 70, and now listen to this, we are on leg 2 of the short staff comedy tour. That is right, there is now another 85 shows in the goddamn books. So imagine that. So also, if since we're talking about that now, bestie, we just released the leg 2 of the short staff comedy tour. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you should definitely go get your tickets. Bring a bestie, bring a partner, your husband, family members, your colleagues. Go get your tickets at www.nursejohnshows.com. Again, it's www.nursejohnshows.com. Come see me live. I promise you, it's more than just the things you've seen in social media. I'm putting more surprises, more fun stuff, and it's just a night of laughter, relatability. And I feel like what I realized is being in a room full of other healthcare workers or people who works in the customer service industry, because I have teachers, I have social workers, I have even pilots and engineers going to my show, showing up in there, and even like people who works in a gas station, which I'm so thankful for. So I'm realizing it's not just nurses that I'm catering with, it's also the customer service people who relates the same shit that we deal with every single day at work. Is that it's so nice to be in a room full of those people because we all understand each other, and because we get it, we all get it, we just laugh, and it's just so nice to hear people laughing at our misery. The misery that we have to deal with, and it's never gonna go away until our healthcare system actually prioritizes us and respects us, period. And so like it's just nice to be out there. So again, come see me live. I promise you, this is such a fun show. Every single show is different in a sense that I always come up with something different, but of course same show, but I mean like there's always something special that I come up with for every single show. And for every single one of you who is listening and who have been to one of the shows, I hope you guys had an amazing time. Seeing you guys come out together, dress up, laugh, it makes my heart full because I feel like I'm nursing you guys. I'm still a nurse, and actually I'm taking my NCLEX this month, so please wish me luck. I hope I pass it so I can get my per diem jobs in here in California, because I really do miss working bedside. Again, call me crazy or nothing, but I love bedside. I love working with patients. I love having colleagues. I love the chaotic situations. But yes, pray for me. After stand-up comedy, I also come up with a skincare, which was something that I have been thinking for a long time, but I never knew, and I never thought that it's gonna come to fruition and it's gonna be real. And now I have Philly Skin, Fili Skin, and it's my own brand, and I am so involved in it, and we just released it. And again, the love and support that you guys have shown for Philly Skin has been amazing. You guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much. And again, if you haven't gotten the under eye serum, you should definitely go check it out and get yourself one. And for the people that you love, it definitely helps lighten those under eye dark circles and bags and wrinkles. It tightens it, it smooths it, and again, it brightens it. And what else happened this year? Oh my god, And again, I just don't want to sound like, I'm bragging of all the things that's happening in my life, but I'm just saying that so many things happening in my life. And still at this point, like I still question myself, or I still ask God, I was like, why me? Why am I getting all of this? Like, why do I deserve all of this? Even though like the people around me are telling me like, listen, John, you've been working so hard. You've been doing all of this. You came in from nothing to now. And I think you definitely deserve it. But it's just sometimes hard for me as someone who's a people pleaser to see the worth that I have, and for people to come out, spend money, spend time, really see me live. Again, it's hard. It's hard, but I'm realizing, and that is something that I'm carrying for 2025, is realizing my self-worth, that I am going above and beyond in my job and what I do, and I deserve the things that's going right for me. Okay. I met so many people this year too that I never knew I would be meeting, like a bunch of people from all of those cities and states and places that I have visited during the tour. I've lost some people in my life. I've gained some people in my life, and there's so many things that happen. It's not all positive for sure, but I think like 2024 just like was a lot of growth for me, and like things that was not in my bucket list but now in my bucket list, and they're checked, and I could tell myself like when I'm 60, 80, or before I die, is that I've done things in my life. I am overly joyed. I am overly grateful for all of those things. But since we're talking about this now, and before we continue, bestie, if you're listening right now, make sure that you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure that you subscribe, and make sure that you share this episode or any episodes that you like in the I Beg Your Pardon podcast. And this podcast will continue for 2025. I'm so excited for all the surprises and things that we're going to be talking about. And again, you guys keep sharing our podcast so other people knows it. And if you can leave us a 5-star review, that would be honestly the best. And thank you. And also, if you're wondering what kind of scrubs I wear, and the only scrub company I trust, it's Gardmalade, GARDEMALADE. And you can use my discount code. It's NurseJohn, GM, NURSEJOHNGM. They're the only quality, stylish, beautiful scrubs I wear and trust. Now, the first episode of 2025, you're probably wondering what this episode is all about. Well, this episode is all about me asking you guys, and a lot of you guys have submitted your response, is what is something you learned in 2024 that you want to carry or you want to implement in 2025? And there's so many motivational, uplifting, exciting, and interesting answers that you guys have submitted. So let's go through it. And I will share also my piece of what I've learned in 2024 to every single one of you. Let's start with our number 1 submission. Before we head to that, you're probably wondering, John, why are you on a bathrobe right now? Because I just want to start 2025 relax, authentic myself. I don't have to put makeup on. I don't have to dress up like nice or anything. This is how I look like. I'm in my own comfort of my house. And I'm so sorry, you guys. The studio is not completely done yet. I still haven't had a chance to like build the studio, but this is basically the back of where I film all of my skits and stuff. This is basically my office, and I'm still building my studio for the I Beg Your Pardon podcast. But yes, I just want to be chill, authentic, the same way every single time, but less like putting up things together, which is not an everyday thing, but more of like this, period. All right, first submission. I learned how to set boundaries and say no to obligations and turn down invitation. It took me a long time to learn this, but I am glad I finally did. It has been a game changer for my mental health. Fun fact, I didn't realize I needed to do this, but I feel so much better. Setting boundaries. That is also something I learned in 2024, that boundaries is something so important to be set at the very beginning of any transaction, relationship, situation, job. It is something that will protect you and will protect your mental, physical, and spiritual health. Boundaries will help you be respected. Boundaries will help you be appreciated, or for you to be happy in whatever you're doing in life. And this applies to many things. And I think what I've learned in 2024, I think I'm just going to chime into every single submission, because honestly, a lot of submission just like mix and mash all the things that I've learned in 2024. And I'm just going to share you guys my opinion. So like in 2024, there are situations in my life where like I did not set boundaries because I was scared that if I set boundaries that I could lose people in my life. And those boundaries is something that's like more of like, I don't know how to describe, like an attack, or I just didn't have the balls or the guts to even mention it at the beginning because I didn't realize how important boundaries is. And this is something I've already kind of learned, when I burned out in 2022 in nursing, is that boundaries is important. But again, like, I'm just a human being, and I think it's a learning process, and it's something that you kind of like have to go through in life. That it's not like an instant thing that you learn how to set boundaries and all of a sudden now you're the queen or the king of it. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go through phases where you're not gonna, let's say, set boundaries, and then you forgot it, and then you realize it at the end, and that's totally fine. And that's part of being a human. That's part of like growing. It's that the mistake parts are totally okay. But yeah, so I've learned that like boundaries is super important, because also boundaries will protect you from being used by other people. Boundaries will help you not be taken for granted or abused by the people who's benefiting from you. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but I'm such a people pleaser, and I'm such a giving person. I go above and beyond to the people that I care and love, and I will do anything for them. And it just 2024, I realized that no matter how you treat other people, even though you go above and beyond, they will never do the exact same thing to you if they don't find you important as much as you find them. They will only treat you with the importance that they think that you deserve. And again, you cannot force that to other people. And that's something I've learned, that no matter how much you care about someone and how much you've put up to someone and how much things you've done to someone, may it be like actions, may it be in different ways, like, you cannot really blame them. That's it. Like, I think I blame those people because I was like, I did all of these things for you. And I'm not the type of person to like mention to other people the things I've done for them. But like inside of me, more of like, oh my God, I have been so kind to you. I have been so giving. I have done so many things to you. And this is what you are repaying me off. You know what I mean? That kind of like situation. And I think like it's not for us to blame them, because they will never see what you do for them, even though it's above and beyond, if they're only a bare minimum kind of people. And that's what I've realized in 2024. And I'm so happy that you start setting boundaries, because again, this will really set you in the near future, in the present and in the future, so it doesn't damage you physically, emotionally, and mentally, because boundaries is your protection. It's like your little cage that prevents other people or situation or opportunities to just knock you over or like take advantage of you. So I'm really happy for you, and refusing is also totally fine. That's another thing. You can say no to things. Like we human beings have just limits of things, but you cannot just keep saying yes to things. And that's so funny. It's coming from me because I'm such a people pleaser that I will literally do anything to make other people happy, which I'm still working on. Again, I'm just a human being, and I'm still working on, I'm still realizing that I don't need to do everything for people. I don't always have to make other people happy so that I can be happy. And that saying no is also going to make me happy, and I should prioritize my happiness over someone else's happiness, because at the end of the day, when you're fucking drowning in a sea alone, I don't think that those people that you are putting your life for, like risking your life for, are gonna go there and save you. I don't think so. Your only hero, your only best friend is yourself. And that's on period. Next. What I have learned from this year, 2024, is that life is short. Live life to the fullest. Collect memories rather than things. And most of all, self-love. That by loving myself first, I'm able to spread the love to others. And that's what I'm here for, to love and be loved. We are all connected as one. I love that so much, because that is so true, that life is so short and we never really know when we're gonna go away, or like when things are happening. And honestly, this past few days and weeks have been crazy around the world. I don't know if you guys heard about the New Orleans situation. Apparently it was a terrorist attack, and then in Las Vegas a cyber truck just exploded, and in New York there was a mass shooting. This is crazy. And like, one of my good friends, Lady Spine Doc, was actually in New Orleans on that New Year's Eve, and my heart was pounding, but she's safe. But like, what I'm trying to say here is she could have been in that crazy situation. It's just to say that life is not guaranteed and like things are not permanent in life. And to the families who have lost their loved ones, I am so sorry, and I'm praying for all those poor innocent souls. This is just insane, and the world is just changing so much. And again, like, I feel like, tell the people that you love them. Do the things that you want for your life. Don't second guess things. Quit the job that's keeping you sad or negative, or just don't feel happy. And it's something I learned too, is that if you're not happy with what you're doing, if you're never satisfied with what you're doing, just leave the job. Honestly, like, I also learned to let go of people who doesn't do the same exact thing as you're doing, or who doesn't have the same mindset or goal as you are, because those people who have less of a mindset than you are, and you're hanging out with those people, they will pull you down. They will bring you down to their misery. They will bring you down to their failure. And that's why you should be hanging out with people who have the same vision, who have the same goals, who aim higher, because those people will take you to the finish line that you're looking for, to the success, to the goals that you want in life. But again, coming back to the whole story of you only live once, do the things that makes you happy, and when you get a chance to wake up for another day, be thankful for it. Sometimes it's really hard to wake up because we have so much problems, but just imagine those people who don't have a chance anymore to wake up, or those people who are stuck in bed, who are sick. There's so many other factors that you can think of. And I don't want to use those people as a way for you to see things better, but like, I think it's beneficial for us to kind of look at things that way, because it's gonna help you, instead of like worrying about every single things, it helps you just be grounded and just be like, at least I am not in the hospital suffering. At least I'm not dead right now. At least I am able to wake up again, do things for myself, and like have another chance to walk in this earth and in this life, and see my friends, hug my family, and all that stuff. So live your life to the fullest. And again, cherish every single moments and days of your lives. And again, she also mentioned about self-love. This is something that I've already learned, is that I love myself. I know I just questioned myself. I was like, why do I deserve all of these things happening in my life in 2024? But again, I think there's a fine balance of like loving yourself and realizing that there is always like a place for you to grow, because like, if you love yourself too much, that's narcissism, and you don't want to be a narcissistic kind of person, you know what I mean? But at the same time, self-love, as in like, pour so much love to yourself that it's overflowing, so that you can share that love to others. Kind of like love is what I think she's mentioning, and also what I have been telling you guys from the very beginning, is that love yourself so that you can share that other loves to other. Because if your glass isn't full, you shouldn't be sharing that love to anyone else but yourself. Next, don't get too close to people. Be kind, but set boundaries. I've become a much stronger woman this year after standing up for myself. Don't let anyone take advantage of your kindness. I think we were just talking about this, that some people are just very giving. Some people are just more of a giver, and it hurts them when they do not receive what they're giving to others. And I think that's completely valid, but at the same time, like, again, there are also people who are more of a takers, and they're not very grateful, which I've experienced in my life, is that I've come across people who just love to take things but never to give things. Or if they ever give, they would give bare minimum, or like less than what you have given them, which is again totally fine, because we're all different people. People have different experiences, and people can, like, you cannot compare yourself to others. So that's why I was telling you guys from the very beginning, is that find people who feels the same way as you, who does the same way as you, who have the same like goals as you, because those people are going to help you and will motivate you to keep reaching your goal and your success. Because if you're hanging out with people who have less goals, who have less kind of like everything that you are, it's gonna pull you down. It's gonna make you think that you are doing too much, or you are doing like the most. And you don't want to be putting that in your head. So again, don't get too close to people. Your only friend and your only best friend at the end of the day is yourself. Trust yourself. And it's not saying that you cannot trust other people, or you cannot be open to other people, because that is something that I'm working on for myself too, is that I'm not a very trusting person. And the reason for that is because of past experiences in my life, is that it's hard for me to trust people, and it will take time for me to trust someone until I get to know them as a person. I'm such a gut person, person that so many things in my life, my gut has told me, and most of the time it's right. And so like it's hard for me to doubt those gut feelings and my experiences and my thoughts, because a lot of times it just proves me that, you know, what I was thinking is right. And I'm also such an overthinker as a human being, but at the same time, sometimes like, isn't it fucking like not satisfying but weird when like the things that you're overthinking were actually right? Like you're not stupid. So it just makes you more overthink. And so I'm like, man, please, sometimes I was like, please, I hope I'm wrong. Please, I hope like this is not right or this is not true. Please prove me wrong. But then at the end of the day, it still proves me right, what I was thinking, what I was feeling. And it's crazy. Again, I'm not just a trusting person because of past experiences. And it takes time for me to like really ease out and like say like, okay, I can really trust you to do this, or I can really trust myself, like letting out myself to you if I feel comfortable enough. And even then, I always still have a guard, because I don't think that you should always 100% trust others, because, and again, it's not to be negative or it's not to say that you should never trust other people, but we are just human beings, and every single human being has a tendency to like go back behind you if something happens. It's hard. And again, like we are all just human beings. We all make mistakes, and the only person that you should be trusting is yourself. Always yourself over other people. Next. I learned to always be kind to others no matter what. It may be cliche, but silent struggles are real. Doing good deeds in the smallest and simplest way can make a difference in other people's lives. Nowadays, we have to try our best to be of help. I remember in 2019, I gave birth to my third, and sadly, he doesn't have a heartbeat anymore due to preeclampsia. I'm so sorry about that. I hope I spelled it right. I am in the process that I need to contract the natural delivery, and then there is this young and first-time mom talked to me and said that she was so scared and she thought she can do it. I held her hands and gave her positive insights, and even posed myself as an example, like how lucky she is because she's giving birth to a live baby, unlike with mine. So from that scenario, God gave me the opportunity to help, and I took it. It was really something that satisfied and filled the gap of who we really are as a God's creation. And that is so true, is that we never really know what other people are going through or struggling with. So being kind to others and being nice to others can really change someone else's like perspective in life, or just change their day, or like lighten up or darken their day. And so like I think we are in a society right now where people tend to base their judgment over other people's like opinion and responses. And you can see this through social media. I don't know if you guys are up and about in like the whole Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively situation. Everyone was with Justin Baldoni, and then Blake Lively showed like some receipts, and now everyone turned down to Justin Baldoni, and then this Justin Baldoni brought out receipts. Now everyone is back with Justin Baldoni. It's like people will literally turn their back on you once they have something to talk about you. Like people can never be just good people. And mostly in social media, it proves you that no matter how many people supports you, your haters are just waiting in the right time for them to hate on you. And it happened on me in 2024 too. That's one of the biggest things that happened in 2024. I don't know if you guys remember, but that situation with another nurse who decided to talk about me when I never even knew her, or like never even talk about her. I never talk about other influencers or content creator, but this nurse decided that she's gonna talk about my sexual orientation, my life, and everything. And she thought she ate with that, and that people are gonna turn their back on me. But instead, everybody turned their face and opened their back to her, and they started discussing. And I did let her do whatever she wants. She even like gone through the whole discussion of like she's been in the Philippines and she know that man like that doesn't exist in the Philippines, and this and this and this, which is crazy to me because she's part of the LGBTQIA community. And for her to talk, oh my god, it's just crazy. I don't want to go crazy into it, but I'm just saying that you know, there are people out there who's just waiting to find a hole where they can finally defeat you. And so just be guarded of yourself. Don't tell anybody your business. Your business should stay between you and yourself only. And that as much as people mean good, there's always a chance that people will also mean bad. So just be very kind to people. Like what happened to that nurse, like I didn't really respond directly, or I didn't lash out or do anything. I let karma do her thing. And guess what? Karma did its thing. And I didn't have to lift a finger because the truth will do its thing. Karma is literally my freaking boyfriend and it did its thing. But again, I don't wish defeat on this other nursing creator. I hope this other nursing creator is doing well. This creator is happy and living life. And I hope this creator doesn't do that again to other people, because apparently this creator had a history of doing that to other people too, because other people come up to me. And again, I don't want to reveal too much things, but again, let your haters be, because I think the biggest slap back to the people that doesn't like you is silence. It's complete peace and calmness, because other people hates that. Like, why aren't you bothered? Like, why are you so okay that, I'm bashing you, I'm saying all these things and you're not reacting the way I want you to react? It makes them furious. And I think that's the best response you could ever done to your haters. But again, be kind to others. Even though people are not kind to you, treat everyone with kindness. Kill them with kindness, just like Selena Gomez said, because kindness is the only way for you to be really happy with yourself and what you're doing in life. Because again, if you go down with these people, if you went down and lower like them, you're no different from them. That's basically what also I've learned in life, is that you gotta take the high roads and let it be. Next, it's so funny because I was just talking about let it be, and this next one is the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Let people around you be themselves and do what they organically want to. That will help you understand who they truly are. Not only does this release your desire to control the going-ons, but you see people for who they are and not what they are being to accommodate you. Now you can make the best decision for yourself based on your surrounding, a peaceful way. I love this. I love this so much. I love Mel Robbins and this let them theory. If they hate you, let them be. If they're talking about you, let them be. If people doesn't want to be part of your circle, let them be. If people are causing you problem, let them be. Let them do whatever they want, and all you have to do is watch it happens. You don't have to react. You don't have to move a finger. You just have to let it be. And you can decide from like what you're seeing, what you're gonna do. A destructive environment, if it's something that's going to cause you negativity, damage to your physical, mental, or spiritual or emotional health, you shouldn't do anything about it, because it's not benefiting you in a positive way. So you just let it happen. I've let so many situations in my life just happened because if I even do something about it, it's just gonna get messier. Things are just gonna get crazier. And the more you just stay on your own lane, the more you just do what you should be doing for yourself, the more it's better for you and for your sanity. Basically. Next, you do your best every day, and that is good enough. Don't beat yourself up if things goes wrong. Be kind and be fair. Life here on earth is temporary. Your legacy is how people will remember you. Your body is temporary. Your soul is eternal. I wish to gain a more heavenly focus on each new year. In the end, the only question that matters is, where will your soul be after you leave this earth? John 3:16. Oh my God, I love that. And there's a quote from the Bible that is so true too, is that sometimes also what I've learned too is that I beat myself up so much in 2024 because, expectations were getting higher on my end, because let's say I was just selling out so many shows, things are going crazy. All of these people are like praising me for all of these things that I'm achieving and all of this thing. And so I keep telling myself, oh my God, you can do more. You can be better. You can be all of this. But what I'm forgetting is that, again, none of these things that I've received in 2024 was something I was wishing or wanting in the very beginning. And this is not to say I'm ungrateful about it, but I'm just trying to say is that I should really be thankful, first of all, of just being able to do all of these things that is new to me, but it's working out for me. That I shouldn't push myself to the brink again of like burning out or doing too much, or like telling myself I'm not good enough, because it will lead me to burnout. It would lead me to self-destruction. And I think I've learned that just being grateful for the moment, being grateful for the things that you were wishing you've had like 3 years ago, and now you have them and you just never really had a chance to savor it and think about it and like sit down on it and just be like, oh my God, I have an iPhone 18 now. Before, I wish I have an iPhone. Now I have the latest iPhone. Give an example. Or like, oh my God, I wish I had a car in 2020. Now I have a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Like, I think we just need to sometimes like step back and like realize that a lot of things in our life are working out. It might not be working out the way we perceive it, or a lot of times really it's just we never see the things that we've accomplished in life because we created more and we created new goals in life. And we tend to forget that the goals that we've achieved were once our goals and wish we've had. And now that you have it, you didn't even thank yourself or pat your back and say like, congratulations, John, you made it in LA. You just was once wishing that you could live in LA, and now you're in LA, living in LA. And I really got that chance to like sit down during the holiday seasons when I was at home and kind of like reminiscing all the things that happened during 2024. And I am just so grateful. And again, praise yourself more, appreciate yourself more, and just really be grateful for the things that you have now. Because again, life is way too short. And just like what he was saying is that your legacy is how people will remember you. You want your legacy to be something positive, impactful, or at least people know that you were a good person even at the end of your life. You don't want to be buried and no one wants to remember you because you were a mean person, you were a bad person, and all these things. So just really focus on like improving and like growing inside of you. That's it. Next. Action speaks volume about a person. To not sacrifice my own happiness for someone who says they love me, and that true love is the people who step up to support you when life gets rough, not to take time or health for granted, and to try enjoy the little things because they are what matters. That is so true. Because also another thing I've learned in 2024, and honestly I was about to share like my whole like learnings in 2024, but again I think it's just mix and match with all of your responses, all the things that I've learned, is that action really do speaks louder than word. Because I've met people in 2024 who have a lot of like things to say but never or have not shown it in their actions. And like I've learned to not trust what people will tell you at the very beginning, and more of like see it every single day of how they do things or how they put those words into actions. Because you should lower down your expectations of people, because a lot of times people will just disappoint you. And again, like it sounds like I'm such a negative person like thinking about things this way, but again, like going through a lot of experiences from people, work, life itself, socially, and other events in life, I just learned to like guard myself up, but guard myself up in a way that I'm protecting my own self, I'm protecting my own happiness, I'm protecting my own peace over other people. Because again, I tend to, before, a lot of times, most of my life, prioritizes someone else's happiness, someone else's like sanity and peace over mine. And at the end, like you don't get that back from the people, and you cannot really blame all these people, because first of all, they didn't deserve the love that you give them, the above and beyond things that you've done for them. But at the same time, it's not their fault that they cannot give it back to you, because sometimes some people are just not meant or capable of the same things and the same love that you have for them. And that's totally fine. And that's something that I'm realizing. And you know, bringing in and focusing on the positive, I've also met like a few people this year who have shown me and who have proved to me that there are people out there who will go out of their way to make you feel seen, to make you feel important, to make you feel loved, to make you feel that you are worth of something. And those people are, I think, the people that you should keep in your life. And those are the people that you should hang out with, not those people that no matter what you've done for them, no matter what you've shown to them, they still don't either see it or they're very ungrateful for the things you've done for them. But those people that have done things to you above and beyond, keep those people, give them the same energy. And that's one thing I was thinking, and I was like rambling inside my head, is that match your energy to every single people that you meet. To what energy they're giving to you is the same energy you should be giving to them. You shouldn't be getting too much, you shouldn't be getting less. You should give the same energy, exactly the same energy they're giving you. And then you can be happy, because then there's no higher expectation, there's no lower expectation. It's just equal, and things are gonna be better, I think, that way. Damn, you guys are really crazy with this response. Somebody says, no matter how kind you are, people will still forget you once you are no use to them. The world will still treat you like trash, and kindness is never reciprocated. And again, this is what I'm telling you guys. It's like, sometimes I think like we're more of like deflecting on ourselves, because we give so much to others and we don't receive the same back to them. But again, it's not their fault, it's more of our fault, because we're giving too much to people who are basic, who are bare minimum. I'm tired and I don't want to do that anymore, because I don't think I can really force other to love the way I love. Something I come to terms in my head, and that's totally fine. But go above and beyond to those people who are showing you the same love that you have, or even more. Those are the people that deserves it. Hang out with those people, keep those people, make sure that those people also feel love. Next, this year I learned that sometimes family is the people you choose, not the ones you have a connecting through DNA. Sometimes even your own family can break you, and it sucks, because we are raised with family comes first ingrained in our brains. But to what extent? I had to learn the hard way that my peace, my health, my life comes first. This is something I've already learned and I already implemented in my life, is that family is the people who are with you through thick and thin. It's not about DNA, it's not about blood, it's about the people who are with you through the bads, through the good time, who was there with you when you needed someone. And I can literally tell you guys that I have those people in my life, and a lot of them are not blood. Those are just the people that walk in my life, and I'm keeping them forever, because those people, I just know that they will always be there for me. Those are the people that I can call family and really feel like I have a connection with them deeper than just friendship. Next, I learned that our heart can keep breaking over and over and over again, but still keep going even if you don't want it to. I lost my mom June 2023, broke both my ankles in October 2023. My dog that was 13 had to be put down without me there, because I was still recouping with ankles at my son's house December 2023. Spring of 2024, my forever sister-in-law lost her battle to cancer. Summer of 2024, my youngest son, who struggled with addiction, fell for a drug deal from an informant and an officer and got incarcerated for 25 years, and he never was a dealer, only a user. I will be 82-year-old when he gets out. October 2024, my sister, who was a health nut, unlike myself, lost her battle to ALS. She was only a young 66. The disease robbed her. My ex-brother, who hasn't been around the family for 10 plus years, has my parent house tied up in probate. I'm a nurse but still have ankle issues on one of them, and fear I can't work anymore, but retirement won't be enough to live on. I'm tired and worn out, and honestly I'm just a bit overwhelmed, but my heart just keeps on ticking, unfortunately. Girl, I am so sorry for all of these events, and it's so true that when it rains, it pours. And I'm not pitying you, but I am sorry that you had to go through all of these crazy events in your life in a span of 2 years. But just know that I'm so proud of you that you are still here with us. You still continue on going through life. You still continue on doing things for yourself, in working, in finding motivation to wake up for another day. And I totally get you that your heart's still ticking, because you're still alive, because you still have goals and you still have a purpose while you're here on earth. And I feel like those people who you've lost all the way, even your dog, are just so proud of you for still being here with us, for continuing life. And I couldn't imagine how hard it must be for you going through every single day thinking about all of these things. But I hope you know that you are not alone, and I hope that you are getting help, that you have friends around you who can support you, who can be there for you, or at least you are getting some help for yourself, because it is really hard. And I can't imagine how hard it must be to be in your shoes right now. But I am praying for you, and I'm hoping that things gets better for you, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I really do believe that things happen in our life because they're meant to happen, and there is something that's about to come for us, something that's going to be good for us. And right now, and all of these things that just happened to you are just constant domino effect of like, I don't want to say unfortunate event, but like more of like sad and devastating situations and event. And I'm so sorry. But again, I'm proud of you for even sharing this and being open about this, because not a lot of people can be open that way. But I really am praying for you, and I'm so sorry. And yeah, it just, life sometimes really take you on a whirlwind of like crazy situation. It's really testing you. And honestly, like life actually tested me this 2024. As much as I was talking about like the positive things that happen in my life, I cannot really mention something very personal right now, but like life was so high in 2024. I was climbing up in this mountain of like success and growth, and at some point tumbled down in with a rock, and that rock just like let me fell down like a few bunch of feet on land, and it hurts, and things are happening the way it's happening right now. But I'm just trusting the process, and I'm trying to be positive. And like I think life cannot just be good every time. Like you cannot just be successful every single time. You cannot also be just experiencing all the bad events every time. That there is always another day and another chance, and there is something that is meant for you at some point in life. It might not be now, but don't lose hope on yourself. Don't lose hope, and keep praying to God, because God will not give you any battles you cannot fight. And I totally and honestly believe that. Come to Him, talk to Him, ask Him for guidance and help, and He will help you. Oh my God, guys, that was heavy. That was really, really heavy. Next, the greatest lesson this year that I'm taking with me next year is I am my own savior. Nobody else in this world will care. When everything else is falling and failing, I need to be strong, and I have to be persevere. The world won't stop with me being a failure, being sad, being sick, and being financially challenged. I need to find ways, work harder, do some self-control so that I can get through everything. I have to stop helping people who don't even want to help themselves. I'm done sacrificing and adjusting. It's time for me to take care of me, because nobody else is doing it for me. And that's on fucking period, bestie. That is so true. You are your own savior. You are your own best friend. You are your own success. Your success should not be based off someone else's. And at the end of the day, you can give so much to other people, but if other people don't see the way you see things or the way you see the world, you will never get it back from them. And it's so true. We should all stop helping people who don't even want to help themselves. That's another thing I've learned in 2024, is that I've done things for people and helped them and picked them up so many times in life. But at the end of the day, you can just do so much for others. But at the end of the day, if they don't even want to help themselves, if they don't even want to pick up their own selves, no matter what happens, they will keep falling down, and they will just keep crashing. And if you keep trying to save them, you will crash with them. And it's better off sometimes to just let it go. Let it go, let it be, and prioritize on yourself, prioritize on your growth, prioritize on doing you instead of others. And again, I'm so proud of you that you're coming to this realization, because a lot of people are still struggling on it. I'm still struggling on it, because again, as I was repeating in this whole podcast, is that we're only human beings. We all make mistakes. We all make decisions that is not sometimes the best. But again, I think it's meant to happen, because it's a learning process for us. We need to learn. And the only way we could learn is with mistake. You can grow. And I think that's very important to understand and know. Next, just do it. Whatever it is, don't spend too much time thinking about it. If it's something you really want to do, it's not going to hurt anyone else to do, and you can feel in your heart it's right for you, do it. I have a crippling self-doubt since forever. This year, I finally screwed up my courage and started auditioning for plays at our local community theater. I didn't always get a part, of course not, right? But I found I had fun just doing the auditions themselves. And guess what? I actually did get a part, and I'm about to complete my first one in a play. I know, this is something small in the grand scheme of things, but learning this lesson has given me a whole new level of confidence as I finish out my 30s. And girl, please, it's not small, it's big, it's your accomplishment. It is something that makes you happy. It is something that makes you proud, and you should be proud of yourself. That is so true. Again, I was doubting myself that I could ever be a stand-up comedian, because I was like, oh my God, will people ever find me actually funny in real life? And I doubted myself for so much. And it took forever for me to even accept going in front of a lot of people and performing and like putting this energy and risking it all for me to see if stand-up comedy will ever work out for me. But when I trusted myself, when I just said like, you know what, fuck it, let's just do it. I gave it a chance and look at me now. I have a whole ass tour and I'm doing all of this, all my bestie for my community, and it's working out. And I love being on stage. I love making people laugh. I love meeting people. I love hugging you guys. I love hearing you guys laugh. And it just makes me happy, because if I decided to just back out and like let my crippling anxiety take over me and my head and my overthinking, I wouldn't have known that I was good at stage, that I am able to perform, that I'm able to make other people laugh, not just from my video, but also in real life. And so I think it's very important to just do it. Just like what she said, just do it. If it's something that's making you happy, if it's something that's going to satisfy you physically, emotionally, and spiritually and mentally, just do it. Life is too short to say no to things that you're going to regret at some point in your life. Just do it. But not like if you want to try drugs, please don't. Not that way. Or like if you want to, don't do some stupid shit, some positive things. So this is what I'm talking about. If you want to do some positive things in your life, just do it. Just do it. Take that travel. Buy that bag that you want. Date that man. No, actually, fuck no. Don't date that red flag of a man. Don't date that shitty ass motherfucking guy. That's the only no that we're getting in here. You know fucking better, bitch. Okay? No, not that man. Leave it out. Delete. Block. Unsubscribe. Ignore. Next. It's okay to move on when you're not happy. I changed nursing job 3 years ago. I now do community nursing. I always worried about changing jobs. It held me back so much. I took the leap, the very best thing I did for myself. Back yourself. If your happiness, mental health is compromised, move on. I found my happiness. This is so true, and I completely agree with this, is that if you're unhappy in your position in life, in what you're doing, just move on. Just quit the job. Don't do what's not making you happy. Find something else that's making you happy. But I think what I want people to understand, I want people to know, is that you have to think about this many, many times. You have to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, am I making the best decision for myself? Is this something that's really going to make me happy? Am I deciding because of an emotion that I'm feeling right now? Or is this like a logical thinking that I have? Or was just this an idea that popped out in my head and now I just want to just do it? Sometimes also, like, I want you guys to be careful. It's like as much of like just do it, it's also like be careful on what you're gonna do in your life. Like think about it 10, 20, 30 times. My mom always tell me that it's like, if you want to do something, ask yourself 100 times, is this something that you really wanted to do? Because if this is going to impact your life, you have to think about this. This is not like something that you're like, okay, so I am going to hike fucking Mount Everest tomorrow. It's not, that's not how it should go. It should be like, I want to go to Mount Everest, but what are the things that I have to do? Am I ready for this? Is this something that's really going to make me happy? Am I prepared for this? What are the things that I'm going to do? Is this going to satisfy me? Like, ask those questions to yourself, because also, like, I think we have a tendency on listening what other people tell us and what other people suggest to us, and sometimes we base our own decision based off other people's opinion, and that shouldn't be the case, because at the end of the day, you should be the one deciding for your own life. You should be the one deciding for what you want to exactly do for yourself, because if you're doing something based off somebody else's suggestion, opinion, then you're not doing something for yourself. You're doing that for other people, and that's on period. So again, move on. If you're not happy with your job, if your job is toxic, if this job is, if you come to this job and you rethink about your life every single day, just quit it. Just quit the job, baby. There's no other option, because like I took so much at some point in like my first ever nursing job. Like it took a while for me to even move on to another unit and try other things, because I was scared of change, and a lot of us is scared of change, and that's totally fine. But sometimes I think change is for the better, and change doesn't always have to be bad or scary. It could also be exciting. It could also be positive. And again, you will never know until you try it. You will never know until you experience it. And again, it's not about failing. It's about like growing. That no matter what happened in life, you will always have a point in your life where you fail, where you make a mistake. And again, that's totally and completely fine. Next, I learned that I cannot fix everything, and that's okay. Now, knowing that, I have much greater sense of self, definite freedom, and much less anxiety. In addition, I also learned the great importance of self-care. I love this. This is something that I'm going to apply for 2025, is that I cannot really fix everything. I cannot fix broken people. I cannot fix other people's problem, and I can only fix me at the end of the day. And I should just focus on me and myself, because those other things and the things that is not in your control are just going to really pull you down on progression. It's going to really pull you down on like winning in life and success. And again, if those things are not benefiting you and it's like causing you stress and a lot of like emotional negative battles within yourself, let it be and let it go. Next. This one is so funny. I learned that OT is not worth it at all. It is not worth it at all because it will go on your taxes and it's not that much. You're just gonna burn yourself. I've learned about this one for so long time ago that, it's not don't burn yourself out with the OT. It sounds so great hearing that, oh my God, like I can make another $300. Yeah, wait until they take out the taxes from you. And at the end of the day, like you're still paying more taxes and you just got like an extra $500 increase in your paycheck, not really like $1,000 or $3,000 that you're thinking. So don't take the OT. It's not worth it. Focus on yourself. Do things that are fun outside of the hospital. Your whole personality doesn't have to be nursing or your job. It could be something else. Do Pilates, do hiking, go drink with your friends, have fun. You are also a human being, period. Next and lastly, because there's so much submission, you guys, I wish I could read all of this. I hope you guys are really learning a lot from this, and I hope that some of you guys can take home learnings from other people and maybe you can apply it to yourself too. And again, like it's nice to be able to like hear other people's like perspective and like life experiences, because now it doesn't just humbles you, it doesn't just ground you, it helps you see things in different angles and views. Because sometimes when we're clouded with our own overthinking, stress, anxiety, we just see things very like one way. And once you hear other people's experience, it helps you kind of like ease out and say like, oh my God, okay, so I'm not the only person struggling, and like there are other people out there who's pushing through life and they're still doing things and they're still trying to progress, and I should be grateful and happy for where I am in life right now. So next, don't be afraid to open up. I am a very reserved person and keep pretty much anything going on inside my head to myself. During the beginning of the summer this year, I realized that while not all of my failed relationship, romantic or otherwise, were caused by growing apart or the fact that people change, they did all have one thing in common: me and a lack of communication. People can tell you over and over again that they are there for you and that they will have your back. However, if you don't ever take that first leap and lean on them, you will never be able to fully trust them. If they are real friends, they will notice you slowly drifting and reach out. If they do, express your feelings. Not everyone is poet and not everyone's going to be able to put into words what they feel or need. However, if you don't try, you keep yourself from having a shoulder to lean on. Life is hard and you can do it by yourself. Everyone needs somebody and everyone needs to open up and be free to express their needs. And if you're the friend that reaches out, you don't have to be a therapist. You don't have to give the world-class advice. Just listen. If they ask for your opinion, give them the best advice you can and assure them then that whatever they decide, they have your support. I have learned a lot about truly opening up and asking for help this year. I am not perfect. I have made progress, but I still withhold. This is not a switch you can flip. You have to work at it and do things that makes you uncomfortable. However, if your friends are true friends, they will help you and show you that trusting is okay. Not everyone is out to get you. This doesn't have to reach an astonishing amount of people and doesn't have to be read on any podcast, but if I manage to help one person and give them the reassurance they need, then I'm happy. Please listen to your friends. Your attention is more valuable than any other gift you can give. Oh my God, girl, are you talking to me or something? Because that is so true. And I'm also learning to, because I've always been the type to always give out people advices, like life advices, what to do. And a lot of times, sometimes I don't even apply that to myself. And that is so true in nursing too, that a lot of us nurses are always telling our patient like, oh, eat healthy, oh, keep exercising, don't drink alcohol. But we do all of those things right after the chef. We're such hypocrites, and I feel like a hypocrite too, like in just like regularly as a human being or as a friend, is that a lot of the things I am advising to people, I don't even apply them to myself. But like I've always felt like I am such a good advisor and people always take my advice and follow my advice, but a lot of times I don't even follow other people's advice or my own advice. I just let fate decide it for me. And that is something I'm learning, is that I don't have to be that person to other people, and at the same time time, sometimes you don't really need to talk. You just have to listen. And I'm learning that because I'm such a yapper that I love to talk and I love to say so much things. And what I actually learned in 2024, and I'm so happy and proud about this, is I started to learn how to listen to people. I used to like talk over other people. I used to not let other people talk. Like I still probably do that, but now I learned to like accept that there are other opinions out there that could be helpful. The people that cares about you, like what she said, is not out there to get you. They're there to help you, and be able to open to just accepting and listening to other people's like opinions sometimes. So it, again, it's not to say that you should follow others' opinion, but let other people talk and let other people that actually cares about you and love you give you advice. It's like you don't have to be that person every time. And sometimes, again, like you just have to sit there and listen, because I've learned too that listening sometimes is the best way to communicate to someone. Because if you can listen, then you can actually like soak in all the information and be able to respond in a way that is helpful. And again, like I think like something that I'm trying to like practice in 2025 is listening and just being more calm and less stress, and practicing gratitude and practicing thankfulness, and like all in all, as a person, is just be more grateful and learn to step back in situations, and so that you can actually appreciate it, and less of just not seeing the things that's happening in front of you. And so that's that for all of our lessons in 2024 that people are wanting to bring in 2025. And I hope you guys have learned a lot about this episode. I feel like this episode is just such a necessary episode to start the year and to start the podcast, because I think like we all learn every day, and like just being aware of the things that you need to improve is a step to success. It's a step to being able to change and be better as a person, because self-awareness is sometimes hard for a lot of people. Like if you're not aware that you have a problem and you think like everything is okay and right, and like there is not a problem with you, which is impossible, because we are all going through some kind of problem. And if you don't realize that, you're the fucking problem. But then if you have self-awareness and you know that there is something not wrong, but is something to improve about yourself, or there is something to work on about yourself, then that's the first step. And that is something to be grateful for too, that you are self-aware, that you can recognize the things that needs attention, that needs improvement, that needs you to focus on, so that you can be a better person. And again, I wish you guys a prosperous new year. The start of the new year shouldn't be the only time that you are going to set goals for yourself. You gotta keep trying every single time. And it's not like you failed once, I'll try again next year or in 2026. It's like you failed, come back up, try it again, keep trying. If it's not really working, do something else. And maybe that something else is going to be the one that's going to be working out for you. But you cannot, of all, give up on yourself, because at the end of the day, again, you only have yourself. And if you give up on your own self, then there's no one else is going to be there for you, because you are your own savior. You are your own best friend. You are your own help. And that is something that you should be instilling in your head. And what you say to yourself, what you manifest for yourself is what's going to come into fruition. Okay? And again, like I sound like a hypocrite here inside of my head. Again, I still am battling with so many things in my own self, but like I feel like I am in a position in life right now where I am able to realize a lot of things about myself and work on it. And again, I'm just grateful for that. And that, I think it's progress for me. So again, Happy New Year, besties. I hope you guys had an amazing new year and start of this new year. I know everybody's back at work. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. And I will see you guys again next week for another episode of your favorite podcast. I beg your pardon. And if you're listening right now, please do me a favor. If you haven't done it, please share this episode. Follow us on Apple and Spotify podcasts. And make sure that you leave us a 5-star review. And again, come see me live on my my comedy tour and get your tickets at www.nursejohnshows.com. I cannot wait to see all of you in person. I love you guys so much. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. I love you so much. Bye.